The Fromark Play show is recorded in front of a live studio microphone. Hey folks, Fromark here, back with the 1994 Super Nintendo classic Donkey Kong Country this time. And really, when you say Super Nintendo, you gotta immediately think Donkey Kong Country or one of the Mario games. Because this is I want to say this is the second best selling game on the Super Nintendo, and it sold like several million copies. But anyways, this game it's a certified classic. But I'll go ahead and start up a new save file here, one player, because I'm a loner. And get on with Congo Jungle, 1-1 Jungle Hijinks. Right off the rip, I'll show you what we're all fighting for here. DK's Banana Horde has been captured by the King K. Rool and his cronies, so it's up to us to get him back. Also, right off the rip, if you go up here, there's an extra life. So that's a pretty cool little beginner tidbit. And that barrel I smashed open is Donkey Kong's buddy Diddy Kong, and man, I missed that extra life up there. And the one up there too. But if you get all four letters, like that one I got back there, that all four letters you get spell out Kong. And if you get all those by the end, you get an extra life. But extra lives are pretty easy to come by in the first couple levels, really. So my earliest memories with this game, so when I was really little, my grandparents used to go to auctions all the time because that's what old people do around where I'm from. And they brought back this Donkey Kong Country pinball machine or table or whatever. It was like a little mini pinball game. And I wish that I could have kept that or got my hands on it, and because that thing is super rare now and almost impossible to find. For the longest time I thought it was just like a fever dream. Oh, and if you get all those little golden animal buddies and get a bonus round, you get there and get a bunch of extra lives. Oh. O'Reilly Auto Parts. But yeah, the first world in our adventure is mostly jungle. Because I believe the title was Congo Jungle, right? Whoa. Oh, that could have been bad. But anyways, so this here Cranky Kong is Donkey Kong. Well, so the Donkey Kong in Donkey Kong Country is supposed to be a descendant of the Donkey Kong from the original arcade game. But Cranky Kong, he's mostly just your typical boomer. He talks about the old days, but he also offers some useful advice to beginners. As there are a couple of side character Kongs. You can't play as them, but they do help you along the way, like Candy Kong, who's a save point, and Funky Kong, who offers you an airplane ride back to levels you've already beaten before. Honestly though, for 1994 standards, this game does look really good. With all of its pre-rendered computer glory. But this really does look good. Like I mentioned, I like 2 and 3 just a little bit more, although I wish 3 had Donkey Kong in it, because it just seemed kind of pointless not to. Just spell out all the Kong letters here, and on with the next. And this is the first water level, and honestly the aquatic ambience this music is pretty chill. This is I like the water levels in Donkey Kong Country. Really, it's not a bad game by any means. I mean, the music's good, the graphics are... They didn't age too bad. Got another animal buddy down here. I don't remember the names of any of the animal buddies or any of the enemies, really. Well, I knew the names of the bosses. Whoa, worth it. But I think, yeah, I can get them back just like you can get back Yoshi in Super Mario World. No need to worry here. Oh, there's another one if I should choose to get him. Whoa. Might as well get him back. Nah, screw it. It's not that important. Just need one more ostrich to get that bonus. But yeah, one thing I always thought was pretty cool. So I got a friend who's like a really huge Donkey Kong fan, a collector of a collector of all the Donkey Kong games for the most part. I think he's got Donkey Kong Country 1, 2, and 3 in the original boxes. I think he's got the Donkey Kong Land games in the original boxes. He's probably got all the other games like 64 and just this whole shelf of Donkey Kong. It's pretty impressive, honestly. And if I could have managed to get up here... Okay, that works. Ah, that was a goof on my part. That was a pretty big goof on my part, honestly. But yeah, so I really do wish I could track down a copy of that pinball machine for cheap, but that's just never gonna happen. It's like trying to find the Donkey Kong Country soundtracks on CD. Because they put them on CDs, like a limited run of CDs back in the day, and these things are super hard to come by. And not even my friend has those. Though being the music fan and CD collector I am, no, I've never spent hundreds of dollars for a CD, so I don't think I would. Whoa. I think the most I've ever paid for an album was probably about $70. And that's one of the more recent add-ons. But that's just the kind of music fan I am. I actually have a few albums that are worth a fair chunk of change. Though I've lucked into getting them for pretty cheap. Except for the one I paid $70 for. But that's probably a pretty good price because I didn't even know that album existed until a couple of months ago, or at least not a CD version of it. But it was a limited run only in Japan. But I tracked down a really rare import of it, and I was pretty happy about that. But yeah, so by the time I got to... damn it! By the time I actually got to play Donkey Kong Country, I'd known about the game by that point, but I was about 11 back in 2008, and this was back when this was back in the early days of drawing comics, and that was just something I was known for in school back then. But I traded a bunch of them off for a copy of Super Mario World and Donkey Kong Country on the SNES to one of my friends, and I spent a pretty good chunk of the next year or so playing this game. So I've only ever beaten this a couple of times. It gets pretty tough at points. But yeah, I definitely spent the most time and probably invested the most time of playing this back around 2008, 2009. And then I ended up selling it to one of my friends, but then I was able to buy it back from him for like $5. Yeah, there's the first save point. No need to go there just yet. But here's the first boss, this beaver dude. His name's Naughty, which I see what they did there. But not much of a threat, and I get some of those bananas back. Now we move on to World 2, the Monkey Mines. Which I will admit, some of the levels here can be kind of a pain, but hopefully the recording curse isn't strong on this one. But yeah, I would say the most recent time that I sat down and played all the way through 1, 2, and 3 of this, it was the fall of 2019. Because every once in a while I'll go back and play all these games from start to finish. Just kind of like a little tradition, like how every year I used to play Super Mario World at least once every year. Just, I don't know why, I just made it a tradition. It's one of my favorite games of all time, so I guess there's the answer. But this is one of those bonus levels where the ostrich animal buddy can go and get a bunch of cool stuff here, and already you've got 4 extra lives total. Still got 30 seconds to make something happen. Might be able to get 500. But the goal here is, it's the same in all the bonus levels, just to get as many of these as possible before the timer runs out. Pretty neat little minigame though. And it's very effective for getting extra lives. I don't think I really need to worry too much about extra lives right now, because I got 17 of them. Okay, 18 of them. Woo. But yeah, I'm trying to think. I think I've already showed off all the animal buddies. You get the frog dude, you get the fish, you get the rhino, and then the ostrich. I haven't gotten the ostrich yet, other than that bonus round, but we already showed him off, so. Just being Captain Obvious over here, pointing out the obvious. This is one of my least favorite levels in the game. I'll tell you that right now, because this one's pretty tough sometimes with the precise jumps. But there's levels like this in 2 and I believe 3. 3's the one that I don't remember, that I probably remember the least. Whoa. Ah, oh, no. No. But yeah, I remember specifically there were a couple of obnoxious cart levels like this in Donkey Kong Country 2 specifically. There's like a carnival level where you ride on a skull or something. I don't know, I do plan on playing 2 and 3 for the channel. Because like I said, I'm a pretty big fan of the trilogy as a whole. And if I ever get good at Donkey Kong Country Returns, I can play it as well. Though that one's going to take some time because that game's really tough. I haven't even beat it yet and I've had it for a few years. But that's not really saying much since I have a whole backlog of games I haven't beaten that I've had for years. But on with the next one here. I actually thought that minecart level was going to give me more hell than it actually did. Okay. There he is. But yeah, getting through here fairly smooth for the most part. Can't tell you the number of times I've pushed that tire further than I needed to. Screwed myself out of a checkpoint. There's another DK barrel up ahead. I think out of all the games I've owned, one of my more prized games was my boxed copy of Donkey Kong Country. And it was a sad day when I had to sell it off, but at the time my final car payment was due on a car I had back then, and my final car payment was due for my 2000 Pontiac Grand Am, and I had no choice but to sell off the games that at the time that were the most valuable because, you know, I needed the money. And sometimes you gotta make sacrifices. Hopefully there's no sacrifices left to make in this level and I can just get through here. But yeah, there have been points where I've owned not only a boxed copy of Donkey Kong Country, but I also owned a boxed copy of Link to the Past at one point that I impulsively bought from a flea market one time. I think it paid like $150 for it. And the box wasn't even in the best shape, but it was still pretty cool. Yeah, with that frog dude, none of these guys really stand a chance. Hey, another extra life. Right to the exit. Looks like there's a save point up ahead. So I'm thinking after this level, or if the save point's next, which I can't remember specifically. If the save point's next, I'll go ahead and end the part after that. And this is actually a pretty easy level. Though a lot of these earlier levels are pretty easy. The game does stop holding your hand and mess. The game stops fucking around. Oh. But yeah, it's still pretty easy to get through here for the most part. I mean, you just gotta hit those barrels and turn them back to stop. Or if you're feeling crazy enough, I guess you could get through here and not deal with it. Wah! Okay, that was my bad. That was my bad. But hopefully, I don't think it'll be a problem this time, actually. No, I say. I always like those bonus levels in this game with the little blue crocodile dudes, because if you jump on them, they'll cough up a bunch of bananas. Ah, I didn't find the O. But that's alright. That's alright. Because, folks, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to jump into this save point. And I'm going to end the part here. And I hope you'll stay tuned for the rest of this playthrough. Until next time, folks, this is Fromark. See ya.